Have you ever felt pushed down? You know, this feeling on your shoulders that it seems to be there, but it doesn't have any words. And, well, maybe there's some words coming up. And this feeling like you're trying to move forward and there's like this thing in your chest or this thing like through your whole body where you're trying to go forward, but for some reason, your body's not moving forward as fast as you want to. I mean, like I've actually had physical times, or maybe it was dreams, where I could not move. And the thing is that the emotion is connected with it, where emotionally your day you're just not showing up. And you know that you want to, you know that you're ready to break it big in everything you do and the passion that you do and the health and wellness and the mindset, but something is holding you back. The Fresh Inspiration Show for the first hour here. This is the opening ceremony. I love these discussions about all five stars of the show are speaking about little things about in their expert space, about, you know, how it shows, how it sounds up differently for different people, what can happen when you feel like that you're not good enough. And we want to make sure that all 4 hours of the show is about you knowing that you're good enough. So for this first 1 hour, and then I'm going to give you another hour and another hour of the show. But right now, this 1 hour is the opening ceremony where the stars of the show get vulnerable. They start speaking about how they're showing up for the day, the things they've had to do to really clear, because that level is important, because we're always going to work at some level to have clear mind. So you're going to get a lot of mojo for the first hour. This is the opening ceremony. Have fun with Janeen, Olmos, Karen Shively, me, Rhonda Liebig as the host and energy revitalizer, Sabina Gorka-Schroed as the energy shifter, and Shannon Sundberg that is about the hope dealer. The hope dealer. How scrumptious is that? Cheryl Bernstein, who really speaks in the mindset of showing up like a star as you go live behind a camera. And it's really, really fun. Enjoy the opening ceremony as you learn about a recipe that you get. Make sure that you're getting it in the comments. And also you're going to meet Origins, the sponsor of the show, and knowing that they got your back in the beauty area. Have an insightful 1 hour with the show. Enjoy, enjoy.
Fresh inspiration. Fresh inspiration. Fresh inspiration. Fresh inspiration.
All right, we're here for the show. I am always excited when we get to be together every month, usually the last Thursday of the month, and this is it. This is the first month that we actually started theming the months. And when I look at Linda Shively, Sabina Gorka-Schroed is here today, and we're going to have more coming to you. But the thing is that when I started talking about the specific things, all of a sudden I realized how scrumptiously good this is when we do this. I mean, how exciting is it when we get to tell you everything that's coming together today? We're talking about feeling good enough and how that may show up, because I think it gets kind of tricky. And the trickiness comes in because sometimes you don't feel words. It's not like words are saying you're not good enough, whatever, nothing like that. It truly is that you can feel it. You can hear words, but sometimes it's not saying exactly that. I never knew that I didn't realize that I was thinking I wasn't good enough when I wouldn't start my Facebook Live, because I was scrambled in my head and feeling bluesy. I didn't know that showing up feeling not good enough could be how I'm treating somebody not so well. not thinking about myself in a very purposeful, loving way. And deep inside, the current that's going on is whatever those words are. You're going to have so many experts today that are going to share, as they have been sharing for years, of what they do. Light body work, taming the dragon to the saboteur, understanding what that means and how to play with it, but be serious about what you're doing. Exhaustion, and that's going to be Janeen Olmos, and she's going to be here in a bit. You know, when you don't know what you don't know, today we're going to share that. Today, as our community, we're going to up-level the mindset transformation entertainment. Now, what I got a question about, and I think, Sabina, you and I were talking about this, is it's very easy. Actually, I think someone in our community talked about this too. They said, mindset, what do you mean about that? I thought I would like to really address that right now. And then get into more of like, preparing you for the day. But I hope this is motivating you and knowing why you are here. So welcome in.
Good morning.
Somebody in thank you, Sabina. No, that's okay. I love it. Sabina's like, oopsie, was I supposed to talk? Yeah, of course. I'm just going off because this is like so exciting to me. So for years, we've been going for 3.5 years. For 3 years, we were traveling and we were going to locations and really sharing motivation through these experts. And we went into communities saying, hey, it's going to be all right. And what we know is we're going to share with you what this is. Now we're all virtual. So I have people coming from all over the place. But I've been using this term, and so it may be getting a little confusing for you and what I'm talking about in mindset. Because mindset can feel like I'm giving you widgets, and in those widgets, I want you to move those widgets. And then you're going to grow from that, and then so on and so on. I may be talking about that, but there's more layers to it too. You know, the stuff that you really can't see, but you can feel. And when you get in there and something feels so divine. And Sabina would say that's the light body space. It takes a bit to get there, right? That feeling that, you have like the perfect day and you don't know why. When you first start feeling this stuff and you go, everything's so perfect. My toes are so perfect. That's what I used to say when I was 7 years old. I used to think I was so perfect, which it left me somehow. And then it came back. That's what we're working on today. Those things that feel like your brain is all in control. But remember, we say about 60,000 words in our mind. There's always research being done. On an average, which I think we're higher in the emotional IQ, but on an average, we really truly think about 80% negative because it's the fight or flight. All that stuff where you're ready to just, as somebody come at you and instead of going, I hear what you say, let's talk about that. Somebody comes at you and you're ready to fight. That's that 80% words, and you're saying it to yourself. And then you say it to others, but it may not be the exact words because we get smart as we go year over year in how we actually use our words. So it gets tricky. Well, 80% of those words that we're playing in our head, 90% is regurgitated over and over. Example, like when you are just sitting somewhere and you can catch yourself saying over and over something over and over. And you're like, hello, how do I get this out of my head? It could be a beautiful song. But the stuff, if we're known to say things that aren't so nice to us or deep inside, we're saying mean things about others because we're really saying it to ourselves and we're taking it in. Release that. Mindset transformation is about karate chopping. You've probably seen me do that before, the hi-ya. I used to be a kickbox instructor, by the way. So you got to accept this craziness, you know. This is real serious, everyone. Do you feel it? It's been a crazy year and a half. We're just going. We're thinking, man, we're open. People are doing what they're doing. We're taking good of our health. We're taking good care of our health. Some people are struggling even more. Some people are doing really good. We're like, we're going to make this world better. We got a lot of extra stress. We're seeing chronic disease increase. We're seeing the virus going back out there, multiplying, doing different things. And we're like, oh, well, how do we bring truth to that? How do we bring truth to that and live in a safe space? Let's give it to you today. Let's give that play. Come with me, stand and dance and play. And you're going to find Linda Shively is going to come in the 10 o'clock hour, and that's Pacific time. So if you're in Eastern, 3 hours ahead. Central, Mountain, all that kind of stuff. Linda has a beautiful way of speaking, and so it's going to be a smooth flow. She was on the NASDAQ, New York, Billboard. I know I'm not saying it right, Linda. I'm close enough.
The Jumbotron.
The Jumbotron. But she's been there. She understands how to hold that space. And so when you're going to see it different than when I show up, and you're going to love some Linda. You're going to love your some Linda, because Linda's going to really hold that space for you and share with you dragon area. You know, those areas where you have those things, and she's going to name them. And I don't know exactly actually what Linda's going to do today, but she has many expertise because she is an executive coach. So, but you're going to be able to get some of that ooze that she's talking about. So I don't know if Linda's specifically talking about the dragons, but if you hang around her, you'll learn about those. But she talks a lot about the saboteurs. She has a great story. You're going to love her. You're going to love her. I love her. And why I do is because everybody that comes along with us, you, the Fresh Inspiration Show community, I want to say again, welcome in. We are all locking arms today. And the more that you spend time with us, you won't just see this as a show that's trying to entertain you. Remember when you go see a really good movie, all of a sudden you're going to hunker in and you're going to get your journal out and you're going to write, or you're going to hold your heart, or you're going to be typing and sharing with everyone in the community. Maybe some of the breakthroughs you're having, maybe some of the feelings that you're understanding what I'm talking about, what Linda's talking about. Sabina, Shannon Sundberg is going to be here today. And she really holds a space in the Reiki space. She has a Ula business. It's a lot about mindset, about moving 7 plates that really are balanced in your life. But she comes from a deep spiritual sense. You have Sabina Gorka-Schroed. And Sabina Gorka-Schroed, when she speaks, she takes you on a journey, and she loves saying, you've arrived. Are you ready to arrive in whatever layer you're at? Hey, no judgment. I think I'm going to be 90 and still talking about my growth. I'm going to be talking about my youth, because we have to remember that. We have to love the stuff that's happened in our youth. You know, maybe we had some adults that just weren't so nice to us because they just weren't in the right mindset. We had an imprint of stuff. And I'm speaking about this light because we're talking about that we're good enough. But those are some of the gifts of the pain that we deal with. But once you make that a gift, where that's why I'm showing up so strong today. That's why I get to be a better mommy than I ever knew I could be. That's why I can be nurturing and loving, because I understand that pain. And I don't welcome any of that stuff on anybody. I just don't want you living in pain. I promised myself I'm not going back to accounting. I'm not going back as a CPA. I'm here. And I'm here. I'm here. I'm not anywhere else but here. So I'm not going to leave you soon. So there's a thing about trust. I'm almost done, and I'll give you some more details, about the day. But I'm going off. And I hope you like it, because this is about you just feeling your flow and what you want to feel. What you want to feel today. And if you woke up kind of cranky today, you're in the right place. If you woke up feeling bliss, let's bring it up even more. I was just getting on the space of truth, and let's talk about that for a moment, because to trust and to be in community and to type things and to just be in there in the group, everybody that's in the group has been invited by experts, the stars of the show, and personally invited by me after I review and talk to people. So you may say, Rhonda, why are there not thousands and thousands of people in here? Because people have been personally selected, which means that you're with some good people that are looking for specifically what you're looking for, which is clearing of the mind. Trust. You learn how to trust within yourself. And that comes with steps, and it goes higher level and higher and just keeps going. As long as you learn more about yourself consistently, hourly, daily, weekly, listening to yourself, then everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. I hope the beginning of this was really getting you breathing. Release, release. We got your back. The Fresh Inspiration Show has your back. The experts, the stars, are locking arms. We got your back. Can I go over some things about just like how this all works so that you know? Get in there. Let's have you typing. Let's have you sharing with the community. You don't have to share this video out. That's not what we really need, because what we need is safety. So we just keep it within our community. And I'm going to change the community to private so we can really hone in. I've never had any bullying, any odd remarks. I've had people with breakthroughs in here. My space is, you're here because you're looking for motivation, that a lot of us look for every day. But now you get back to back to back 15-minute discussions today about feeling that you are good enough. It feels weird saying good enough. I'm really thinking it's probably like the sky's the limit, and then there's no limit because the sky past that. So it's not the right representation, but that's probably like the first layer. And so I want to bubble up even more that you are enough. So in this community, this is how you connect with us, is I will share with all the stars as you're going through any of the breakthroughs you're having. I'll say, hey, by the way, Janeen, Olmos, so-and-so is saying that they really like what you're talking about, and this is why. And Janeen will give a moment to breathe into that. And it may just be a thank you, like, wow, so-and-so, thank you so much. Now what happens in that space, why I love doing that, is because it brings more safety for everyone, because we're being open and we're really sharing our breakthroughs, but also giving love to somebody when you're speaking and opening up and in that nurturing space and really sharing the motivation around this area that we're talking about today. Speakers really deal with a lot of vulnerability. That's why not everybody does it. And we know that a lot of people don't want to speak because it's like almost like close to death when you look at the range of what you don't want to do. And so think about how you maybe be a speaker. You're probably a speaker too. A lot of the people in here are, but you're also on a healing journey. And we have people that are from all different walks of life, mommies that are right there nurturing and knowing that that is their spot. And actually, that's what Shannon Sundberg is going to talk about today. It's going to be incredible about when she was younger, knowing that her space was actually being a mommy. Like that was her career. She even went to a regular career. She said, oh yeah, that career that gives me the 401k. No, that's just before I come in and be a mommy. So I understand the nurturing in this is really important. Next thing is I'm going to give some prizes away. We have Origins who is here, and you're going to see they're wearing masks because they are over at Origins in Roseville. But we do some really fun things with Origins. I've known them for 7 to 8 years. They throw some really fun parties. Every time I've released a book, they have been there saying, hey, I'm doing a party right at Origins. Why don't you come? And I'd love for you to book sign. It takes a while to build that relationship. So today I want you to meet the ladies of Origins because every hour I want to give you a spot that you can win with Origins. That's good stuff because you're going to learn about how to take care of your face, your neck, the nape, like everything that us women want to know. They're so good at that. Also, maybe there's some rules, around all this. Play, have fun, and connect with people that you want to connect with. And we're going to give ways that you're going to be able to connect with each expert. That might be it. If I think of anything else, but I have prizes. I have links how you can get connected with all the stars of the show. I have a sheet that I want to give you right now before we speak with Origins that's going to help you. And if you opted in to get your ticket, you would have seen this sheet that you can print, but it gives you an outline so that you can write the expert, you know how to connect with them. And so that's something new we did this month for you is build a sheet so that you know the month that you're with us, because we had these every month, and how to connect with each expert. So let me put that in there for you. And so just, taking care of a little bit of housekeeping here. Notes right here. I'm going to put this right in our comments. And if you have a journal, it'll help guide you because you can write just in your journal. Or you can do it where you are. Hi, Donna with Madison here. Oh, Donna, I'm so happy to have you here. Donna Veach is here. And I see more people here, but thank you for checking in. I love that. Okay, so here's your notes if you want to print it, or you would have had it when you opted in for a ticket, or you're getting it right now, and it'll give you an opportunity to kind of give you a nice layout of what you want. All right, this is it. We're really kicking this off. We're really getting in there. So at the 9 o'clock hour, I'm going to make sure that you get an opportunity to win a spot with Origins, and it's about really pampering yourself. You can get it from wherever you're at. And last time we did it virtual, and I believe we're going to try and work that way again. I'll talk more with Anna Maria and Lisa about that. And because we have people from all over the place, ladies. So if you want to unmute yourself, and I'm going to unpin myself, and then we can go in and it'll rotate based on how we're talking and stuff. So Lisa, how are you doing today? Do you know how to unmute there? Because you probably muted yourself there. Okay, you look beautiful with your masks, and I can't see your beautiful. Good morning.
So, of course, we are here in Roseville, so you guys may be from all over the country or the world, but we're still here to show wonderful support for everyone in the community. We're so thankful to be back, and we're here for you guys. We've got a lot of wonderful new products. We'd love to sample you, of course, for being part of the community. So there's a lot of times throughout this show, if you want to just, even drop in the chat, hey, Lisa, hey, Anna Maria, I'd love to connect with you. Like you were saying, Rhonda, we can do virtual. We can invite people in now. We're back to being able to give facials, always complimentary for you guys. So we have a lot of wonderful things to share with you today. You guys have some VIP access to some promotions that are up and coming. So again, just thank you for having us. We greatly appreciate the partnership, ladies.
I love this. And so we are also going to have a night together like we did. We'll talk about that. We'll figure that one out. And so when you win a spot, last time I think we had like 4 or 6. Sabina was with us. But I love what these ladies talk about. They're going to go in deeper about how to truly take care of yourself, because you know what? I didn't know I was using my eye cream incorrectly when I first started using it, because I used to put it on the top of my lid, and there's something about that. So there's things you're going to learn from them. Our community is about 40 plus usually that come into the show. And so it's great to know from people that are dealing with this every day, and they get trained and they know what they're talking about. So Anna Maria and Lisa, I'm so excited. So right now, do you guys have something going on? Because I just recently I'm consistently buying stuff from them, because I'm looking at, like, they're always upping their stuff, or it's just all wonderful anyway. 8 years of using Origins.
Hi guys, hi Rhonda, hi Sabine. Nice to see you again. I hope you're loving your products actually. Anyways, we're gonna have our skincare giveaway coming up. It's going to be on August 13th through the 26th. So with any $55 purchase, you'll be able to get this wonderful cosmetic bag. And also you're gonna get some products in it, of course. You're going to get your checks and balances, which is your frothy face wash. It's one of our best sellers here. You are going to get our new ginseng glow serum, which gives you radiance, glow. It also retexturizes your skin. It has vitamin C. It's wonderful to have. It's a serum plus your ginseng moisturizer, of course. But with any $85 purchase, you guys, besides the kit, you're also going to get a full-size Transcription night cream. Yes. So it's a firming. It corrects lines and wrinkles, hydration and moisture. It's great for nighttime moisturizer. But with any purchase, you guys, you will get this wonderful Mega Mushroom Treatment Lotion.
Ooh, I love that.
An exclusive. And you guys, this is an exclusive offer just for you ladies. And also we're giving you guys VIP access.
Yes.
So for your show, Rhonda, we are offering this gift for you ladies starting today. You guys have access to it 2 weeks before the rest of the country. So we have so many gifts.
You know what I love about the mushroom is that I used to have my circulation wasn't so good. I mean, now I understand a lot of the holistic tools I'm using, but I can still get a red face. And I love the mushroom because it really mellows it. Really mellows.
It's anti-irritant, anti-inflammatory, gets rid of redness, reactivity in your skin. It hydrates. It does everything for you. You could either use it with a cotton ball to get rid of the debris that was left behind when you cleanse your skin, or you could just put it in your hands and just pat all over. You put it in your neck. I put it all over my shoulders, my arms. It's so wonderful. So you guys are going to enjoy this.
Thank you, ladies.
You're very welcome.
Okay, so let's share with you here that make sure that you put your name in. Hey, I want to know more about Origins, and every hour I'm going to give a spot for somebody who says I'm in. And I want to give 1 spot per hour, and we're going to do a pamper night. And Sabina, when we first started this, I think I have some more stuff I see that we can give, like virtually, about just more information. Because let's pick Anna Maria's and Lisa's brain, because they know so much. So they're going to really teach you a lot about your skin, and it's incredible the experience that you're going to be getting. So thank you, ladies. And so are you hanging for the show, or we're saying goodbye? And
right.
So
we're gonna come and go. Unfortunately, we had a bit of a coverage change. So we are here. I might have to keep you guys muted, and you might see us walking back and forth, but we plan on coming back in and be fully yours for your winners as well. So I saw that from the 11:15 to the noon, correct?
Oh yeah, we're gonna be going we're gonna review and see, who wanted to opt in, and then we'll go from there. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is it.
All right, ladies, have a wonderful time. We will be in and out. Thank you so much for having us. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Rhonda.
I love this. Okay, so let's transition here, and I feel like that's part of when you go somewhere, you're doing video. You know, we're on a lot of Zoom these days with our family for business, and you're in person. Even when we go grocery shopping, isn't it wonderful to have beauty of what you want? That means the hair and all that kind of stuff. So that's part of really truly feeling that you're living that lifestyle, that VIP lifestyle. It's just going to be incredible. Linda and Sabina, since you're here, I wanted to talk to you ladies. Let's talk about some of this stuff. And then the Fresh Inspiration Show community, this is the part of the opening ceremony. And we're really getting you hunkered in, you know, make sure you got your coffee or your tea and your hot water, whatever. I got my water today, cheers. But the opening ceremony is about really setting your vibration, and it'll from there, and also getting into your truth. It takes a bit to get into the body and really be hunkered in and ready to go. This is where you get an opportunity to have conversation with us. So I do have a window open so I can watch what is happening. I love this. Let's do it. So Linda and Sabina is here, and we're going to have more people coming in, and I'll share with you more about the details about the 9 o'clock hour after this. Janeen Olmos is coming in. This is perfect. Janeen Olmos is also another star of the show, and you'll get to hear more about each individual. Linda and Sabina and Janeen, it may take Janeen a moment to get settled in, and Cheryl's coming in. It's great. We have some great fun stars. When I think of, ladies, when I think of in the Fresh Inspiration Show, come in and type anything that you would like and share. When I think of my stories around not being good enough, I feel like at first, when I first started realizing that I was thinking about this more, because I never really said explicitly that to myself, I know that I would kind of nitpick myself in a physical way. And when I started being around experts like you and really learning about my expert space, like, oh, I can start hearing it, and I can start seeing, you know, some of the things I'm talking about in motivating others. I really knew at the base level I was tearing myself up. And so today for me, you know, we're just talking on a personal level here. Today for me, I feel like it is a day for us to learn from each other too. What do you think about that? You know, like what do you does that bring up anything for you? And I can ask questions specifically, but kind of just kicking off this discussion almost like a round table of what comes up for you when you're thinking about that also for yourself. Oh, anybody can talk, by the way, and I know that Zoom kind of does something really interesting if we talk on top of each other, but then we can back off, but just go for it. Good morning, Cheryl. Yeah,
Well,
so
Rhonda, I'll share. What I find with this whole concept of not good enough is, like you just said, it doesn't necessarily show up with those words. It's not like, oh, I don't feel good enough. It's often, and I see this with my clients, that they don't do, or I don't do what it is that I really want to be doing because I'm afraid, or because they're afraid, you know, whatever it is. It's like, well, maybe I'll just do something else, or I won't actually do that really big, important project because I'm going to be seen. I'm going to be out there. I'm going to, you know, and we do all sorts of, I'll talk more about this, but we sabotage ourselves, and we kind of get in our own way and prevent ourselves from doing that which we love, that which we are meant to do. And it's not necessarily because we're aware of it. And when we become aware of it, then we can change it. Yeah. And I think that's what's the beauty of having this conversation today, is bringing it to the awareness and having it part of the discussion.
And I love what you said about the connection. Just finally starting to connect that there's something in it for you. You're like, oh, here, wait, I'm kind of hearing some things here. And so I know that I was earlier saying, I was just picking myself apart physically. I just look in the mirror and just say certain things, and it's such a great life because I don't feel like I have to do that anymore because it's not worthy of anything. And so you're always finding something to pick on too, or like not show up for. Another way that it showed up for me was not wanting to go into a group. So my husband would say, hey, let's go hang out with, and these are like really fun people, by the way. And I would say, no, I don't want to go. And it would be because maybe my jeans may not close right away. And I'm thinking, well, physically, again, and this is how it can show up too. And I'm partnered with Linda with great information. She was talking about also, it's that feeling that you're just not, there's something just not lining up, and it'll show up any way that it shows up for you. So I really love that we're talking about this on a personal level, because you got to know, us as stars of the show, we're consistently working on our stuff too. And it comes when we're not in our deep tools, which everybody's going to share with you tools. Cheryl Bernstein's here today. She's going to talk about Starshine, about really being able to be visible and how you can be kind of pushing yourself away from the camera, but you want to be behind the camera so you can be there for people. Cheryl is a really important component in physically sharing with you motivation around that you got this. Anybody else want to share? You can share a personal story. I love those because I'm just getting to know you more too, like the community is.
I'll jump in, piggybacking up on what Linda said, and also what you said earlier. The concept that we talk subconsciously to ourselves, 60,000 words a day, much of it in negative sentences, much of it in negative words. We're not aware how much energy, I'm an energy shifter, how much energy sits in words and how we use those constantly. So to be able to shift ourselves really means we have to become aware how we talk to ourselves and where we are on our thought processes. One of the things I really struggled with for a long time, I had a very negative mindset cultivated through my family life, and really had to learn how to shift that and how to work with that and how to monitor it. And one of the things for me is always this, my mind is usually in the past, looking at something that happened there, somebody said, something did, or in the future, I have to do, be, whatever. It's never where I'm actually at, right here, right now, being present. And when you feel into right here, right now, present, then you can be much more authentically you, because there's no judgment in the present.
That was like Bam dropped the mic, huh, Sabina? It's like, thank you, my friend. Yeah, so for living in the present space, it's just like, light, desk. That's what it becomes. It's sounds kind of boring, but being present is such a loving, nurturing space, because you start really seeing people for who they systemically are. To get to be able to run a show like this and always be in front of the camera and know how to use tools so I can be ready to be in front of the camera, is that I see people in there's a light, and I see it like around their heart, and I see different colors. And so I can, after I'm, working on breaking through this and knowing that this is what I'm doing, because the connection of that I start seeing people differently than from when I was younger and not really knowing that there were tools out there like this. And I don't know how you feel about this, ladies, but I know that what got me in trouble is that I had this gift because that's what I was born with. Like, I was like, oh, I love you. I love you. Like, when I'd meet people, I just could see all these really good qualities, unless somebody came at me in a way that just didn't feel right. And you know what would get me? Is since I was still at myself, and this is like so embarrassing to say this, but you've probably heard me say this if you watch our shows, is that I'd get mad when somebody acted human. They'd look, they'd walk in looking all beautiful in their aura. And I'd say, oh, I love that person. And then they would like give a look that just, or they'd say something. I go, oh, and they'd be very dramatic. And I'd be like talking about them. Oh, is this so juicy and sizzly? Not anymore, by the way. But that's what got me in trouble because I was at myself. So I didn't have that second layer. So I could see that, but it didn't take me to the next notch of, ooh, I love you, Linda. I love you, Sabina. I love you, Cheryl. I love you, Janeen. And I love the people that are coming in. I love you, the Fresh Inspiration Show. We are all seriously locking arms here. Anybody else want to share a story or some insight that you're feeling today?
I'll speak up.
Cheryl,
hi.
my friend who's been in the showbiz for 30 years. Now you're 30 plus. And now you are here with us, going to give us some good juice at the 10 o'clock hour. My friend.
Juice.
Juice.
Hello, everybody. Good morning from beautiful Los Angeles, California. Yes, I was thinking about this question, the I am enough. I am enough. And what does that mean? And I started thinking about all the phrases I would hear from clients and people on workshops who are doing video, putting themselves out there, making offers, all the things that we do in the entrepreneurial world. And the kinds of phrases that would come up would be, I don't know enough. I'm not expert enough.
Mm-hmm.
I'm too old. Others have done it so much better than me. I don't know how to do it like that person. I don't have the stuff, the crew, the team. I am not experienced enough. And I was thinking, what's the common denominator of all those phrases? Well, they are all comparisons. They are all comparisons. And that's, I think, something to look at.
Yeah.
Too old compared to what? And for who? The fact
Expectation,
is,
what? Yeah.
And I do an exercise called Think Up. I like to think up. And it goes back to what Sabine was saying. The thoughts that we have, the thought becomes a thing. And that's often how things play out, if you believe in the law of attraction and energy and all that. So thinking anything like, I'm too old, I can't do this, I'll never get it, this isn't going to work, nobody's going to like it. Those are thoughts that go out there, and that could be the way the thing comes true. So I like to think it up. So let's take the phrase, I'm too old. Well, what's another way to think of that? What if, start the sentence with, what if I'm the perfect age for my clients who are as old as me? Here's a good story. I do have, most of my clients are older, 40 and up, 50 and up, most 60 and up. And one of my gals in her 60s, she was in a group of mine where we were of like age. And she said, I can't tell you how wonderful this is, because I'm in a mastermind group where they're all in their 30s and they're like talking a language I don't even know, I don't even understand. And they're bip, bop, boop, boop through their social media and everything is so the fact that somebody might be older is not a detriment, especially if you're on video, because you're going to be an example of what you teach and do for somebody in the age range that you are. It's so wonderful to see somebody reflected back to you who has something that you want to learn. and you know that you can understand. There's a certain way of speaking, though, a way of being, an energy and an experience that comes with being older, of a certain, I don't even want to say older, I want to say of having lived and experienced more. So all those comparisons, it's like, remember in school we used to say, the teacher would say, keep your eyes on your own paper.
Yes, I do remember that, Cheryl. So I'm seeing, okay, this is very interesting.
Keep your eyes on your own paper. And I loved back in the 80s, maybe it was the 70s even, there was a woman named Terry Cole Whitaker. She was one of the first motivational speakers I had ever seen. She wrote a book called, I thought this is the best title ever, What You Think of Me Is None of My Business.
I love that. I do remember that. It's
you remember her?
Sure. I love your insight too, in the aspect of, the expectation that we're supposed to be something. And so whatever that is, we keep judging ourselves like, oh, I can't be doing this because of whatever we think is that. So I love to think up also. Appreciate that, my friend.
Think up. And it's, yeah, because those thoughts.
Janeen and Shannon. Thank you, Cheryl.
Yeah.
Janeen, Shannon, anything you want to share? I was just talking to Shannon yesterday, and we were talking about some really cool stuff because this brings up so much. So, Janeen, you're unmuting. Tell me, my friend, what is on your mind about the subject?
Oh my gosh, there's so much I could comment on for sure. I work with adolescents doing therapy for the majority of my time during the week. And I see, you see where all this starts. You see it starting in adolescence, and you see the thought process these are starting. And, of course, I look for the trauma, the neglect, and all the other stuff going on in their lives that contributes to that. So I've had to learn that on my own too. And then let's see, as Sabine mentioned earlier, that we don't always know what's going on with this because we're not present in the moment. And it just makes me think about my burnout, right, that I had. And even after all the therapy I'd been through for years, I didn't recognize burnout because I didn't have a label for it. And I think that's the saddest thing about what we encounter, especially as women, because we're taught to kind of, give to others and, be selfless and not pay attention to ourselves. And I think we just forget to look at, hey, there's something really wrong here and I need a label for it so I can work on it. So I love what you said, Sabine, about being in the present, because I do think that we have much less struggles being in the present. And I'm actually working really hard on mindfulness and meditation to be more present in the moment and not let all that stuff I'm dealing with on a daily basis get in my way. And it's hard because, these are new habits.
It is. And I feel like it really is, you said hard, but I mean, Janeen, I could throw in this 90-year-old thing, but you think about it, it's something that we could feel raw in every day because we're just exposing new stuff about how this really shows up. Because whatever lifestyle we're living right now, today we're working on clearing that, saying, hey, maybe there's more abundance to be adding into your life. Maybe there's all these, tools that you're going to be also sharing, Janeen, today. And so we're always in discovery because there is no ceiling for this. So this is really for everybody. And then what Cheryl Bernstein was talking about, just like the comparison. So that's where we get in kind of trouble, is that, we are thinking that so-and-so and so-and-so because we admire them. And then it becomes, well, I want to be like them, but that's okay. But then it can go the other way where you're at yourself and comparing. And so I love, Janeen, you saying like, it's hard because every day should, what's really cool is when you start feeling like that raw feeling, you go, okay, I'm in truth here. I'm learning. That's where the raw comes from. But then you become strong because that raw is actually like, oh, I'm growing emotionally. I can feel it and I can handle it. And that means I'm in a sweet spot where I want to be around really good people, around motivation, so I can do my best work. I can be the the best
Yeah.
mommy of a 15 and 17-year-old. I'm always thinking, you know, mommy-ish and wife, but I'm also thinking about our community too. Everyone. I really love relationships. So I love that. Thank you, Janeen. Janeen, with your background, I know that you're an incredible coach, but you have spent years helping people in the deep trenches of through the therapy process. I love your experience and to be able to be here today, my friend. So thank you.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
You're so sweet. Thank you, Janine. Shannon, I know you have something to say. I know you're muted, but come on, let's bring it out.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, my friend. And by the way, everybody, all the stars are kind of meeting each other too. They're like in the background. Right when I was ready to hit live, Sabina and Linda started going in a conversation, but I didn't stop it because I love organic stuff. I think that when we show up, not trying to be whatever you think is perfect, I just go in there and just let things happen. I let it bounce and flow. So you're going to find that you may judge me today if you have that layer on you, like, hey, it should be like this. And remember, we want it all organic, even though we have a flow here. So that's why I called Shannon up, because Shannon could say, no, Rhonda, I really don't have anything to say. Sherry Breyer, I'm sorry, Shannon, I'm talking over you. I'm sorry. But let me say hi to our friends here too. Sherry Breyer's here, Laura Kelchin. Thank you, ladies. And I see a caring sign there too. I appreciate that. Donna Veach, I saw you come in. I saw you come in with the ticket too. It's incredible to see you. Laura Ketchen, you've been at a couple of our shows. Sherry Breyer, I love your support. And yeah, Shannon, how are you showing up today? What's going on for you, my friend?
So, coming in a little bit late, I was dropping my son off at school. So I loved hearing, as women, we are nurturers. And so we can have a lot of expectations, old beliefs of what our paths are supposed to be, what these expectations are. And so I loved even the comparison and the expectation and how we put those on ourselves and others put them on us too. And so
yeah,
I really resonated with that. So, but I'm really excited to be here with all of these amazing ladies and with you, Rhonda.
Thank you, my friend. I know you've done a few of our shows, and we'll talk about that, how you can be a star of the show with everybody, because the cross marketing and what we do is we're trying to get out to you, the Fresh Inspiration Show, and getting to new people, is that we truly, when I've had these individual conversations with Linda and Cheryl and Sabina and Janeen and Shannon, and we're having these conversations, it is about trying to get out there as big as we can. And I believe in old school, when I started business 12 years ago, it was a very ego-driven sense of how much money can I make, how much this and how much that, and it was like on the exterior. But I never have those conversations with people. Even, Shannon and I, we work in the realm of, business coaching, and we never get to like the true layering of a funnel of something. We're always talking about people and what they need, and that is part of how we live our life, and that is the new model, because people can feel it. We all feel sensitive. I said we all do. Well, I bet a lot of us do. And so who wants to be a number? Nobody. But what you're going to be learning from everybody is how you can connect with them. So if you feel like you're just in love with this person, you go, man, I really need to connect with them. Or there's something specific that you say, you better believe I'm going to give you information on how to connect with them. And they're going to share that too in their time. And it's 12 years ago, I used to get the jitters and say, oh my gosh, okay, so I've been talking for 20 minutes. Now I have 10 minutes left. And now this is the sales part. And then, oh my God, okay, now what's my first sentence? Okay, my first sentence is, okay, and then I got to do, and then you see how my brain is like this, and I'm getting scared, and all of a sudden my tone changes. you're going to find that this is really, truly conversation. So it's a yes or no for you. And sometimes the no, check in, because we say no, abundance, feeling like we're good enough in the space. And we all talked about how that shows up in different ways. And you'll hear that in the motivational sense of different ways it comes in. Check in and just keep checking in. When you first walked in the room, let me share this with you. There's something how you feel when you first walk in. And then when you start taking a breath in, you start feeling something. It could be release of stress. It could be all of a sudden you're hearing things differently. It could be that you're irritated. Things are getting shooken up. It's for some reason you're still here and you're going through your thing, and then it gets released. And that's the first door when you open that up. By the time you decide you are going for a leave and maybe come back, or if you stay with us for 4 hours, you're going to really actually hear me say, how do you feel as you're closing the door today for this component? We're putting a bow around it. So I'm making sure that you feel whole as you will with each individual person. But make sure you're checking in and saying, wow, I'm feeling pretty good. Or I'm feeling better. Or I'm feeling elated. Please share those. And there's going to be links down here for you. And one link I'm going to put down for you right now is I am going to do themed with our theme monthly stuff. I'm going to give you a recipe every month, because when you're feeling something, isn't food awesome, especially if it is nurturing an area? So that's kind of one of the expertise I have, is studying about the organs and knowing how the body flows, knowing how emotions show up. And so today I'm thinking about your liver and healing. So the recipe that the Fresh Inspiration Show is going to give you has some kale in there. There's going to be some chicken, because the chicken's going to be giving you energy, and the kale is going to help. It's a thicker green, and so it's going to really help unclog the liver. And it's going to help, so the stuff that you are hearing is going to help you even more, because you're going to align your hormone system by using just this one recipe. It's a miracle. I've been doing this for a while, so I'm joking, but food is really our healing space. And after being on medicine for 20 years for hypothyroid, these past 3.5 years of being off medicine, I've woken up in the middle of the night and got really scared, because I wasn't on medicine anymore. And I thought my body was going to be okay. But the thing is my body, there's a reason why I went on medicine. And I realized that a lot of our theme today is serving me so much. I'm going to learn so much from everyone. And I work on this every day. But, we have our ups and downs with our emotions, and our body is an emotional space. I'm giving you this recipe to partner with you, and you being able to take bits and pieces out of the recipe or use it in full space and know that it's aligning with what our theme is. And every time you cook it, your brain and your spirit is telling you, hey, I'm partnering with food and what I'm doing, because we want the body to feel good in a way that takes away the aches and pains. Today, we're going to be pulling out some emotions that are just going to feel so good. And we want to liquefy the emotions that, like you're ready to release. All right. So you got to spend some time with us. What do you think? Did you start seeing yourself in different ways? Maybe showing you like what wanted to be revealed finally? I would love to hear. You have links down below to be able to decide who you want to go meet at their website, send them an email, how to get connected with the Fresh Inspiration Show. You're going to have so much fun doing the next steps. Also, you get a recipe of the month, and it's a theme to help you work within your liver and healing. And I share with that all throughout this time. So I hope you enjoyed the special stuff with each expert, and then also the recipe and and getting to know Origins, our sponsor. But this is all fun stuff. This is why I do what I love to do. Have an insightful day, and I'm so happy you're here for our show.